Greetings, Dwarves vs Zombie players! My name is Dr. Lulsworth, and I'm going to show you a new map I've been working on. First off, I want to talk to you guys about Dwarves vs Zombie. I saw Rob stream about a year and a half ago, and I've been playing ever since. The game mechanics are really awesome. I love the thrill of fighting the zombies, and then once you die, coming back and fighting your teammates. I know a good amount of the things that work and don't work for building a keep and for building a map. I've won a design competition on a side Dwarves vs Zombie server, so I have a good amount of experience. For this map, I've spent about 20 hours or so doing the design process, and principles I've been going through are research, ideas, my draft, and then I'm going to revise my draft and make a final. I started off with a bedrock base for the whole keep, so that no monsters or dwarves will get stuck in a deep hole with no way out. I've seen that issue a few times. Most of the walls and ceilings are bedrocked to prevent golems or a squad of digging zombies from going straight at the shrine. The outer walls of the keep have bedrock stairs so that they can climb once they're destroyed. So, I'm still working on the rest draft. Going to take me a few more hours to get it to the point where I'm ready to do some testing. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the mom spawn area. It's pretty high up so that you don't have the dirt pillars coming up. I'm thinking that it's not just going to be this cylinder. Maybe I'll use an import from Rob because he has some really cool spawns. You can view the front of the keep here. You can see that it's at the cloud level. And I did that for a few reasons. I just wanted players to know that they're super high up in the mountains, and I also wanted players to also think that it's a little mysterious. And right here, this is from actually jumping off the mob spawn, so this is a danger zone. It's a one-hit kill area, so players will be able to see that because the cloud's floating through, and it could be a little creepy. So yeah, there are these two towers on either side outside of the keep. This is different than what I've seen in any other Dwarves vs Zombie map. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. This is the main new gameplay for outside. There's actually tunnels underneath the front wall inside of this keep. It's pretty thick walls around these towers. And I know the rangers love to hang out and snipe up, but we'll see how this goes. There's two entrances on either side of the forward wall. The forward wall is actually pretty low. It's to give a more building up feel to the keep, and also just so that it's more dangerous for dwarves on the front wall. This is the easiest place for dwarves to get kills because there's so many of them, and I just want it to be a little bit extra dangerous to kind of counterbalance the two towers, how the effect I think they'll have. Also, these are both leading out to the two different things you need, the supplies you need to get, the wood and the gravel. Gravel's going to be on the right side of the keep if you're facing out of the keep, and then the lumber's on the left side, all the trees and everything. There's also a second wall and a third inner wall. The second wall is higher up around the keep, and then the third wall is only on one side, and that is the side that goes to the balcony up above the main entrance. And that's because the main entrance on the balcony is actually larger than the one on the lower entrance. That one's pretty tight, so that it's going to be a lot easier to defend for a few dwarves just rotating in and out with their melee. And it's bedrocked on the right and left when you're coming in, but only in the back of it, so mobs can still dig through the wall and blast through with creepers and everything. The main front room here is where there's going to be an armor station and some tools for dwarves to pick up. There's a balcony that encapsulates the wall upstairs, and it doesn't cross the left side when you're coming in. There's also a staircase right behind the lower entrance, so that you can get down and up pretty quick, and when the mobs take the lower entrance, they'll be able to take the upper entrance pretty easily as well. The height of the room is smaller than 20, so that the bow damage will be nerfed. That about does it for the first room. The second room is probably the most interesting room in the keep. There are two entrances. The upper entrance turns into a hallway bridge where dwarves can actually fall off. Dwarves and monsters can fall down into the lower section and lose the opportunity to fight up at the top unless they bridge up or pillar up until they get into the shrine room. The bridge hallway has a bedrock base in it, so even after the creepers have exploded, the rest of the monsters still have a chance to cross on the upper lane. There's a room in the back where the dwarves can try and hold out, but there is no bedrock underneath that, so they'll fall down after the creepers blow up enough into the lower section. The lower section of the room is kind of like a V shape with bedrock curving over to the right and then back to the left like a zigzag. This is the last room where both paths are in the same area until they get to the shrine, of course. The lower one goes into a few small zigzag areas that have one room with a higher ceiling, and eventually the monsters can fall from the upper path through the ceiling into this taller room. And the top path has a medium-sized room that leads to two staircases with another medium-sized room in between. So the final room in the upper path actually is pretty tight and narrow, and I feel like it can probably hold for quite some time with some good dwarves. So I think the end battle will mainly take place in these two hallways, and then coming into the shrine, I think that it's probably going to be the overwhelming area, but I could definitely see with the circular based shrine room there being a long fight at the end, because there's not really that walling in potential there are with a lot of shrine rooms where you can just corner up a dwarf or corner up a mob and kill them and then get the proc or get the dwarf kill. It's more of a, like, you can kite a lot easier, but since it's 2 levels, well 3 levels because there's the semicircle in the back, I think expert dwarves will have an opportunity to build a great defense around the upper shrine so that they won't fall off. And in that case, I think that it would actually give creepers and skeletons an opportunity to do some damage here, because zombies would probably just get bottlenecked. For the theme of this map, I was thinking about something that would feel pretty strong inside and a bit weaker outside. So it just keeps getting harder and harder for mobs to fight. I think that it starts out with these towers that'll be easy to break down, and they'll be able to creep underneath the wall or blast through the wall in the front, and then it just keeps getting harder and harder. And I also wanted the large cliffs on the outside to give the keep a feeling of helplessness, even though it's like a keep. The cliffs are 5 times the size of the actual keep itself, so I think it'll add a lot of drama to the landscape and everything. I'm going to add a fissure on the blank side of the map, a huge crack through the earth with lava at the base. The map's up really high, so I'm going to break it all the way down to near bedrock area with lava coming out, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. But then on the other side, I'm going to add a waterfall to kind of juxtapose the lava. And I'm thinking about adding some special room in the back of there, but hopefully derpy jimmies don't just go play back there rather than actually fight. And I was thinking about changing to an ocean biome, so if any a lucky squid make it all the way out, they'll have a chance to potentially become the Kraken. I really need to add details to the map to give it life, and it needs some good lighting, and I've done a lot in the past with lighting, so I think I'll be able to get through it pretty well. There's no real contrast yet. It's all just gray on gray with a few faces on the side that look pretty nice, but I'm going to add a lot to the look and feel of this map. I want it to have a strong presence when you play it. I also need to add dwarven tools and wood saws, gold, and a gravel pit. I'm pretty curious if anyone has schematics for these, so I don't have to custom build them myself, and I need to add the texture pack to my single player world so that I can figure out what is actually what. But yeah, that's my map. If you have any criticism or praise, I'd be more than happy to listen and reply. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you had a great day, and you're going to keep having a great day, because everybody likes great days. Drink your juice, Jimmy.